Marshall in the middle.
This conversation is going to be about, and it doesn't have to be long, right? But like I said, I know you have a platform, and you could already have things in the works, and you're like, you know what? Bam! I'm glad he said that because now I can work that in there. Not that I'm looking, um, but anyway, I guess one of my main things is connections. Outside of what's going on up there, that you and I having that conversation 2 hours ago, 2.5 hours ago, that was its own thing. That was me just getting something out of my, system about whatever. But the first thing I wrote down on a piece of paper was connections. And I don't know. To me, it's not about connections like, oh, you gonna hook me up, I'm gonna hook you up. Not those kind of connections. Connections of I need some help. Connections. I need somebody to reach out, and it could be that one phone call. And that's what we've done many, many, many a time uh in the military.
Amen.
I don't. You know why I called you? I told you because you got a platform, and this shit that's going on right now is it's ambiguity. There is it is it's tainted color. It's tainted not color as in race, but it's we don't know. People don't know what the hell's actually who's military, who's ICE, who's this, who's that. People don't know. So that's why. That's why I called.
Amen. Amen. I got it. I got it. So the thing that we need to think about is how then are we going to package your thoughts so that you get it out there, so that we start giving our information to the troop, so that we do the dude talk. You know how I've outlined it. I've sent it to you via text. We can use that as something to go off of. Um, you have a unique, amazing voice. I have a, a platform like you're talking about, but you at
Do
some
you
point,
think do you think that you just on the platform, and this is just spitballing, right? I don't want shit to happen tomorrow, but you're just like, hey, have a topic, want to talk about connections. Anybody who wants to jump on, bam. And then boom. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want it to be like you and I sitting here talking, 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 and then people are like, oh, let's jump in and we're just gonna send some comments. It's like, can we invite somebody in or somebody's in? And I don't know if that's via text or not. This is your realm. This is definitely
right? So let me give you an
not
idea.
mine.
So let me give you an idea. Okay, dude talk. Okay, and it's you and I hosting it, and I'm going to set you up as a superstar celebrity. Uh, in my
Don't do
mind.
that.
No, no,
Just
no,
regular old GP.
no.
Regular
Well,
old GP.
right. But you have to understand that that's a role you're going to have to play, and you're going to have to downplay it like that in a way to where he makes me play this role. Otherwise, he beats me with a friggin' broom or some shit. But that's something that you got to do. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get Colonel Boyer's already agreed to come on. Stout's agreed to come on. Adams has agreed to come on. I can get McGovern on. I can get Foley on. I can get Burnley on. I can get Lincoln on. Um, we just start having guests, and we do talk. We have
Hey,
a
you know
subject.
what? You know what? You know what? While you said that, I was thinking about something else over that 2 hours, and it's funny to me how all the newscasters and news. Like I usually just watch WGN, News Nation, because I don't give a fuck about Fox nor about CNN because they're Democrat, Republican. I don't want to be that. I want to be in the middle as much as I can. I'm not about that. But anyway, my point is they always call general officers, you know what I mean, as part of their audience to talk about stuff. Why never any sergeants majors or master sergeants who have possibly the same amount of education, but have the wealth of being boots on the ground, just around service members all the time. So I got all the names that you just said because that's what we are going to associate ourselves with. But there needs to be other, and I know you've interviewed others. So that's the only reason. Once you name those names, I'm believe me, there ain't no ain't no doubt about it. Harold Lincoln, as bipolar and fucking pissed off as he ever made me in my damn life, that dude can write, he can speak, and he's about business, you know? And so I'm with that. Wilbur V, forget about it. I don't, all I had to do was say Wilbur V. Boom. His presence, his aura. I mean, he's Dave Chappelle. Oh, you know, Charlie Murphy. Stout, same way. I mean, but we need others, uh, you know.
So I'll give you an example of somebody that I think would come on.
And you said Boyer. You said Boyer. And so I'm good with Boyer.
Let me give you an example of somebody that I think that if I ask him right, he would come on. He's the current commandant of the Army War College, a 2-star general, Breeden Camp. I bet you he was my last interview for Heroes I Know. I bet you if I invited him on to do talk, he would come on as a special commentator or something. I bet you. I got Holler. Holler would come on.
Now that's another good. He wanted to see people succeed, and I'm good. Yeah, that's another good dude right there. Yep. That's another good dude.
Yep. Um,
He helped me and be prior to a JRTC rotation. And that dude was like, we're just going to do, why don't you just say you're going to do leapfrog, this and that. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And anyway, but yeah, he's about helping people, not, man, Will, I swear to, I don't know, man. I just think we've been surrounded by a lot of good freaking people, man. And just selfless, not looking for highlights, not doing whatever, keeping shit at a level that they could keep it, not letting stuff get out of hand. We respected that because that's what we did, because of that. And that's what that is what is hard to replicate because it starts with parents. At the end of the day, everything we're talking about, dude, it starts with parenting.
Amen.
But anyway, I don't. Again, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how we do it. I don't know how you do it.
I do. I know how we do it. I see the way forward. So you don't have to worry about that. What you just have to do is get me a way that I can communicate with you. Give me an email address that you'll read and deadlines that you'll follow. And, let's be co-creators together with a mission.
All right. Gary Plotnick at Yahoo. All small. Just Gary Plotnick at Yahoo. And the timeline is you. And you tell me what you want me to do, Sarge. No, you're tasking me. I'm I'm subordinating.
Marshall in the middle.